Have you got any funny, complaints that you've had?
We got a complaint. It might still be on TripAdvisor, I'm not sure. We've got a few 1 stars on TripAdvisor, unfortunately, but vast majority of 5.
Yeah.
They gave us a 1-star review, and it said something like, call themselves an Italian restaurant, they don't even sell spaghetti. And I was like, we don't call ourselves an Italian restaurant. We literally call ourselves a pizzeria.
Yeah.
Of course we don't sell spaghetti. 1 star. Thanks.
So yeah, we've got Matt of Dough Loco.
Dough Loco fame.
In Lincoln,
That's right, yeah.
Which is actually, I think I'm going to say it is our favourite pizza place.
That's a very nice thing to say. There's
been a bit of a journey to get there.
There has indeed.
Laura's got favourites and stuff like that,
yeah.
and I've been a big fan of other pizza places, and then recently we tested them.
Okay.
Did we ever tell you this?
No.
We ordered a pizza from Dough Loco, Liberty Slice, and Slow Rise, margarita from all 3.
Right. Okay.
Liberty Slice dropped the ball; it was undercooked.
Oh dear.
Slow
That's
Rise.
Not like them. They are good.
Yeah.
Really
I love that pizza.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
I think the actual slice was perfect.
They've done a really good job of bringing that sort of New York slice to the UK.
Yeah,
they've absolutely nailed it. Yeah, they do a great job.
But yeah, on the night didn't live up to scratch. So yeah, and you took the bacon. So yeah, well done. Yeah, well, that's not much of an accolade.
To be fair, like the margarita challenge, that's like if you're into pizza and you go to a new pizza place,
100%,
you have to have a margarita. Order what you want. We'll get a margarita for the table. That's the test. If you can do that well, you can nail pizza.
So Matt's on a no drinking.
Yeah, I'm on a. I guess it's one of the challenges of owning a pizza restaurant is that every now and then I balloon up. I need to sort of cut back. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment.
So what do you do? Is this like a month, 2 months, week, or?
It's just until I get bored of it, I think.
Friday night.
I'm kind of in the throes of it at the moment, so I've been doing it for about a month and a half.
Sweet.
But it's not like I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to not drink.
So that's quite good.
Because this is lovely.
This is the first 0 Pubcast. And we've got the Nirvana Cloudy Lemon Lager, and I've
really
actually
nice.
got quite a lot of driving to do later, so this is ideal. So yeah, cheers, bud. Saving my liver.
Yeah, really nice that. I'll have to get some.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, just to go back to the start, mate. Really.
Okay.
So, and when I say the start, not necessarily the restaurant, but let's discuss growing up and food.
All right.
So was it like a conscious decision where you thought you wanted? Did you work in the industry from a young age?
So do you know what? It's fairly interesting actually because up until recently I thought that I'd kind of fallen into the pizza restaurant business kind of by accident and circumstance. And if we get to the sort of story later, you'll see why. But speaking to my dad the other week. And he told me that when I was 8, and we were talking about what do you want to be when you grow up, apparently I said, I want to own a pizza restaurant. Now, I've got no memory of that, but I think subconsciously it's been something that's been there, but I didn't know that.
Did you love pizza when you were that age?
Yeah, I've loved pizza. I think I'm a bit of a pizza.
I think everyone is.
I mean, you need to be, right? Because if you're going to own like a restaurant that sells pretty much one product, you have to really like that product. Do you know what I mean? I can't run Dough Loco and say I don't like pizza. So yeah, I've always been into pizza. I like the sort of, I like all of it. New York style, Neapolitan, Detroit, Chicago. I mean, I could wax lyrical about pizza.
Which I'm sure we will, because I can as well, so don't worry about that. So you was, obviously, for young age, there was signs there that you didn't necessarily know. So what was your first sort of step into the hospitality? Was you in it?
I mean, I did the kind of usual, I worked as a KP in a pizza restaurant actually near to where I grew up.
Okay.
No longer there.
Where did you grow up?
In Altrincham, South Manchester.
Okay.
So yeah, did sort of a little bit of KP. It might have been my first job actually, was a KP.
Did you get free pizza at the end of the shift and that?
Yeah.
Ideal.
And during shift, it was that's the only reason I worked, just get that pizza. So I did that for, 6 months to a year or something, and then I just did sort of bar work and pub work through my sort of teenage years and through university and stuff. And then I got a job, like a proper job, like a 9 to 5, but I still wanted to work in the sort of pub
so
world.
you always had a passion.
So I was always working kind of behind the bar on a Friday, Saturday night in like local bars and stuff. And then weirdly got into teaching, and now I'm doing this. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when you say your proper job, was that what did you do at university?
I did media and TV production at university, and I've never worked in media and TV.
Oh, really? This is about as close as you got.
Yeah. Well, I did like maybe 6 months for a small kind of independent media company.
You must have learned a lot about like marketing and stuff, though, did you? In that, or was it not? Quite?
No, mainly I sort of really focused on camera work, so I was very practical for 3 years. So it was kind of learning, but this was back in the day when digital cameras weren't a thing. It was on a tape and then having to digitize. Anyway, so the marketing side of thing, no, we didn't really get into. I was just mucking about with lenses and filming ducks.
Yeah. Well, it sounds good fun. And then, so what? Dough Loco, from what I've heard, was a sort of labour of love from COVID, was it?
Yeah.
Should we do the origin story?
Yeah, so what happened was I was working in a school in Lincoln at the time, and obviously it was during like the very first lockdown, so all the schools were closed, everywhere was shut, and it was when people were clapping for the NHS on a Thursday. They come outside their house and they clap. The NHS was great. Now I absolutely love the NHS. My dad's dedicated his life to it. He's retired now, but he worked for them for his whole life, and I think it's a really good thing for us to have. And clapping is all well and good, but we wanted to give something a little bit more. Yeah. So the school was closed, and I was at home fidgeting, and we had a little tired, knackered pizza oven in the back garden. So we thought, well, let's make some pizzas, sell them to the neighbours, give the money to the NHS, and we did that. Called ourselves Weirdos Pizza. That's what we were back then, and we started an Instagram page. Did it for. The first week we sold maybe 12 pizzas. Nice. Just to neighbours and friends.
Yeah.
But then they shared it on their Instagram, and it was when everyone was sharing that support local tag.
Yeah.
So it grew quite quickly. And then week 2 we did maybe 40 pizzas, but then by week 3 we were doing between 75 and 100 pizzas every Saturday. And over about, 6 to 8 weeks, I think we raised about... So I always say 5, but it's not. I think it's about $3,500 that we got for the NHS. And then I was made redundant from the job. But my wife was pregnant, so we had our first child due in about 4 weeks. So I was out of a job, but we had this thing going in the back garden.
Still in lockdown now?
Still in lockdown, yeah. No one was hiring. I was made redundant, so we were kind of, okay, well, I got a bit of a payout that was going to last us a few months, but, we've got a kid on the way. And realistically, we need to do something. And we had this little thing going in the back garden, so we put an Instagram post out saying, look, I know this has been for charity, but our circumstances have changed. If we did it for us and turned it into a real business, would you still buy our pizzas? Everyone was like, yeah, of course we would. So we did that.
So I'm just thinking, in terms of time frames, because who else was selling pizza in Lincoln at the time? Did Slow Rise exist?
Yeah, so us and Slow Rise have got a very similar trajectory. I think they were doing, I feel
like you both, again,
they were doing local events and things, and then they were also selling in their back garden through COVID as well, I think. And then we both got our separate premises pretty much the same time. Yeah, it's kind of a very similar
I remember going on TripAdvisor years ago, because we used to push TripAdvisor when we took over, and I'd go Lincolnshire best.
Yeah.
And I think we got to I don't know if you've ever done this, have you? No. Best in Lincolnshire.
No.
Well, you two were 1 and 2.
Oh, right.
Slow Rise and you were the best restaurants in Lincoln based on review. And Lincolnshire.
Oh, really?
Based on reviews. And 1 week I'd go on and you'd be top.
And then Slow Rise.
And it was always the same amount of reviews and all the rest of it. And I thought, these two pizza places come out of nowhere. I think we were 17th. I think we're now 70th or something. But it was when I really used to push it and we were really trying. But yeah, so that's how I found you. I found out about you both. Was actually on TripAdvisor looking at it. So just going back to the actual beginning in terms of pizza creation, who taught you how to make pizza? Where did you learn it
YouTube.
from? Really?
Well, me.
Did you do it? You must have done it at home for...
Yeah, I mean, very badly. I mean, I've got my phone's just full of pizzas, just photos of pizzas, and sometimes I scroll back, 5 years and look at what I thought was a good pizza, where I've posted it on Facebook. Look, I made a pizza at home.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Absolutely terrible compared to what I can do now.
Rectangle.
Oh, just like a mess. Just awful. I mean, a nice pizza, but nothing that you'd want to sell in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then like I guess like no one's taught me. I've not gone to a class or just kind of looking at things on YouTube, like how to make dough, how to stretch it, and all that kind of thing, and just practicing and just.
I think the making of the dough's probably like getting that right.
That's the key thing. Yeah. If you've got bad dough, you've got a bad pizza, really.
Yeah. What other, just digressing slightly, so frozen doughs online and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they're getting better, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
I know you don't, but do you think a lot of restaurants use them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Must be a market for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a dedicated pizzeria, you probably don't.
No.
But if you're like a bigger restaurant that sells,
like if we did it, we always made our dough. There was a friend of mine who's got a pop-up place, but he's got a good job, so he just literally does it as a hobby. And he came up and taught us, and we got mixers, so he taught us taught my team how to make pizzas, and it was good fun. But yeah, he always said, like, frozen pizzas, like, no, this is how you do it.
I mean, to be fair, some of it's all right. I mean, I've bought it and tried it at home just to see what it's like. Not with the idea of bringing it into the restaurant, of course, but just to try it because I'm into it, right?
Well, I think exactly what you just said, like, so for a pub popping up to do a pizza menu as well as doing everything else, and it sort of makes sense.
I mean, dough's so time consuming that if you're not spending the time on it, you might as well buy frozen, because you're not going to be making good dough anyway, and you're just wasting your time. It takes days, right? Do you know what I mean?
And consistency and everything else.
Everything changes. Like the smallest things can change it. So we have to look at the temperature of the water, the temperature of the air, how much yeast it is, what batch we're doing, the temperature of the pre-ferment that we've made, like everything. Like the dough.
It's proper science.
It's an absolute science. Yeah, which is why I like pizza so much, because you've got the real, down to the milligram of yeast for the dough, right? And like the temperature of the water and all of that's like an absolute scientific procedure. And then the pizza bit is like painting. That's like the artistic bit. So you've got both of those kind of science and art in one.
And then you're like, not necessarily in your business, but like, for example, like a pizza place, you'll have someone who's had 15 pints who says, I just fancy a pizza, and probably doesn't realise how many, how much has gone into it.
How many hours go into each pizza, and how skilled into it.
They just want a bit of extra cheese on it.
But we take what we can get, it's fine. We'll have anyone who.
So obviously, so you've learned how to make fantastic pizzas, obviously, through a lot of trial and error by the sounds
of it. And also the team, like, we've got a really good kitchen team, so they bring their own skill sets as well. So as much as I started the business and it was my sort of dough recipe, that has evolved over time with input from various chefs that are either still with us or have moved on to other places. So it's definitely
you learn a lot
collaborative
from the chefs, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
We've definitely learnt so much through our journey of chefs as well, and I think, to be honest, sometimes I've taught them and I've never really I've worked in the kitchen now, but that's not my background. But okay, so what making this jump then to the shop?
Yeah, well, there was a few stepping stones along the way. So we went from the back garden, and like I said, when we put that post out to say, look, circumstances have changed, we're going to do it for us, is that okay? My friend, I think it was Henry Walker-Brown, shout out to Henry, put me in touch with Dan Wiggs, who now works for us, who used to run the West End Tap in Lincoln. And he had like a galley kitchen that wasn't being used.
Right.
So we went into his pub and sold pizzas there.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, COVID killed that pub, and then we moved into the Tap and Spile.
So where's the West End Tap then? Is it
well, it's not there anymore. I think it's been knocked down.
Oh, really?
Literally in the heart of the West End.
Can't think where that is.
I can't remember the address exactly.
No.
Just kind of.
When you say West End, whereabouts is the West End?
So, it's in the West End of Lincoln, so it's the west.
Like the common area.
Yeah, sort of if you're going down Carhome Road, sort of that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Right, yeah. Sorry, I'm with you.
And so we went there for a bit, and then COVID unfortunately prevented that pub from continuing, and then we moved into
the White Horse.
What was the Tap and Spile, which is now White Horse, and did a couple of months there, but for various reasons had to leave quite quickly.
Okay.
And then found our own little premises, which is where we are now, and that's we've been there. Well, last September it was 4 years.
Amazing.
So it's been.
And it's big. I feel like I've not spent a lot of time in there walking around, but it feels quite a big space, especially the outdoor space.
We've crammed in as many seats as we can make comfortable.
It's got to be.
We're a 50-seater inside, but we can do larger events. We've had groups of up to 90 do like private hires and stuff, and then we've got a terrace outside that holds about 30.
And the takeaway business. Which is, like, just out of interest, what sort of percentage is the takeaway business?
Not massive, 15 to 20.
Okay.
I'd say.
I suppose it's far from the majority, but
for sure, yeah. But I mean, the way I look at it is that the revenue we get from takeaways and delivery kind of pays for all of our stock for the week, roughly.
Really?
I mean, give or take, it depends how
that's
good
amazing.
that week is and what we're spending. But
it's a nice way to look at it, I suppose.
That's how
it's sort of like banked almost.
Exactly. It's a good, probably not a very business way of looking at it, but it's the way my brain works. That's over there and that does that.
I mean, I always say the same thing. Like our cash balance, for example, pays for certain things every single month, like that, and it covers it just about, most of the time. Yeah, right. And so I use that as a bit of a savings account sometimes.
Yeah, got you.
Which is securely kept off site, nothing.
No cash on site.
Amazing. So obviously, let's talk about the shop a little bit more. So when you actually went in, you went for a viewing. Like, it sounds amazing, obviously.
Yeah, I went for a viewing. It was full of like equipment from like a local kebab shop. It was full. We couldn't walk through it. Yeah. But we could get an idea
like
of the
spec. It was for storage?
It was being used as a storage, yes.
Oh, right.
So the guy that owns the building, who we rent it off, owns quite a few properties in Lincoln. He owns houses,
so he's probably had them off them as they're closed or whatever.
Yeah, I think
they owed him money.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So yeah, it was hard to sort of gauge it. But we got an idea of the space and the size, but we needed to change the layout a bit, so the bar was in the wrong place and wasn't big enough for what we wanted to do. Yeah. Like when we opened, to be fair, my idea was to open like a bar/kitchen, rather than a restaurant. But the licensing prevented us from doing that. We can only serve booze if you're sitting down and table service and all of that. Yeah, a bit of a strict licensing thing on it. So we had to change it to a restaurant. But yeah, we got the bar built, we put a wall in. I can't do anything like that. I had to get someone else to do it. I can barely put a picture up.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. And then, we just kind of just filled it and decorated it and hoped people would come. We opened with such a shoestring budget. Like we did it all as cheap as we could because we only had the money from my redundancy. So when we opened, we had very little money in the bank, and it was kind of this month needs to work. Like straight away. It was one of the most stressful times in my life. It's like but luckily
I've got a friend who's opening a business soon, and literally I had this conversation yesterday with him. Like when we came in, it was such a massive risk. I remember recruiting members of staff and not knowing if I was going to be able to pay them at the end of the month.
That's exactly what it was with us.
Because I was like, I'll give you these hours, and then I'm like, well, if no one comes through the door, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
You've done it straight away.
I think honestly, I had £800 in the bank by the time
more than that, but still,
By the time we'd opened, when we'd fully stocked everything, and
wow, £800.
It was ridiculous, mate.
That is.
And then luckily the social media and everything, and everyone started getting behind us, and we were flat out, and we had fantastic weeks. We had, I think, like that first week was a record for the building.
And I think that's it though, right? Because
you've got to take the leap.
But that's probably worked for you and for me and for other people that do a similar thing because of the passion behind the business, right?
And again, the worry of failure, and I always say to Laura, debt drives me. So like the fact you've got your rent to pay or your mortgage or your rent, like that's going to drive you. Like, so if you got a year off your business rates or your rent or whatever, or some of these outgoings, or a supplier said we'll supply you free for a year, all of a sudden you go, oh well, I don't. Yeah. You might not think I need to push the business as much because I don't need to make as much.
You think we've got an easy year?
Whereas actually, if you've got loads of debt, your wages are all going up, all the rest of it, you're gonna go right. Absolutely. What do I need to do to get more people in?
And that's it, isn't it? Like you run the business for yourself because you're passionate about your business, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't do it in the first place. But also, your team are great. They need to get paid. All of that. So you do it for everyone, right? And obviously you do it for the community, and you want to be the best that you can do and see people enjoying your space. And I think there's lots of different factors that drive you forward. But debt is a big one.
Definitely. I feel like if we own the building outright, and me and Laura work full time, you'd probably just sit there and go, we won't open. I want to say work
probably
full
just
time.
Find something else
I meant behind the bar, and Laura's in the kitchen. Obviously, we do work full time, but if we were literally opening the doors every single day, you'd go, oh, I might just have lunch off today and keep the doors shut, sort of thing. But yeah, no, it's a huge factor. Right, so so let's just talk. Let's get straight into the pizza.
Okay. Yeah.
So I might be wrong here.
Right.
Are you a Neapolitan style?
Yeah, Neapolitan style. Yeah.
I thought it was, and I thought, because I know sometimes I've had you've obviously exaggerated the Neapolitan style with toppings and stuff, but not necessarily traditional.
No,
but in terms of Neapolitan,
not traditional.
Dough and stuff. What makes a fantastic Neapolitan pizza?
So there are rules. There are actual rules. The AVPN, I think it was.
Have you got the little thing on the window to say you're a Neapolitan?
No, because our oven doesn't qualify for it. So AVPN, it's the accreditation Vera Neapolitana or something.
The governing body.
Yeah, it is though. Yeah, it actually
mega,
is. Yeah.
It?
So it's you need to hit a certain criteria. We need to apply first of all, and then someone comes and checks. So it's how you make your dough, the temperature of the oven, and what kind of oven that you use. And traditionally, the oven has to be wood-fired.
Right.
But things have changed, so they're adapting that as well. So there are gas-fired ones that you can use, and there are some ones which are electric, which is what we use. But our one doesn't have the accreditation.
Right.
So although we do everything else differently, and our oven is at the right temperature, that particular brand of oven hasn't been given the stamp, so we don't get it.
But it is very much a Neapolitan.
It's Neapolitan. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, you might get someone knocking on your door soon.
We've just got one tiny little hoop that we haven't jumped through, but everything else is fine. Yeah.
It's really difficult because, and I know we touched on it a little bit earlier. So Neapolitan was my favourite for years. And it started to almost become a bit of a trend, didn't it? So have you seen this trend grow?
Yeah. I think we caught the tail end of it.
Yeah.
And I thought I was trailblazing, but actually I was coattailing. And what seems to have happened now is there's lots of Neapolitan places. They popped up everywhere across the UK. Every town had a Neapolitan place, wood-fired. But what seems to have happened now is people are going. The trend seems to be Chicago, Detroit, and New York. Yeah. So all those kind of American-style pizzas seem to be hitting the streets, and those are the ones that are popping up everywhere. You know, such as Liberty Slice in Lincoln that are smashing it out of the park. Neapolitan now, I think, has that more kind of old-fashioned feel to it. I think. Yeah. We still love it though. It's still my favourite kind of pizza.
It's I do definitely still love it. I think I went to New York a couple of years ago and had some really good pizza, and obviously that was a New York style, and I think I fell in love with it a little bit there. We also got married in Italy and had loads of really good Neapolitan pizza, so I think I'd probably just say I love pizza. Yeah,
good, I'll take it.
But yeah, there's something about the Neapolitan lightness. I feel like I could eat it at lunch. And not,
for sure, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like with the New York style, the big pizzas and things like that.
I think New York, if it's done, same with all pizza, right? If it's done well, it's great. I don't. It's a bit of a bold statement. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad pizza. No, I think all pizza is good, right?
In its own way.
Yeah, but
sometimes when you're a bit poorly and you get the one out of the freezer from the co-op or whatever.
There's always a time for any
time
pizza.
And a place,
You just need to pick that time right. But yeah, I think New York done well is superb. I think because I eat my pizza quite a lot, that when I go for something like New York or Chicago or Detroit, it feels nicer because it's a bit of a change to what I normally have. But yeah, if it's done well, it's spectacular.
What makes your, so we touched on the oven and stuff like that, but what do you think makes your sort of your style and your Neapolitan pizza different to what you'd normally? I think I probably know the answer to this, but when I see yours, what makes it different?
To what? To
just like a normal Neapolitan pizza place.
We're kind of, the toppings are a bit untraditional, I think. So we don't have, we kind of do a bit of a nod towards them. So we've got the Vesuvio, but we don't call it that, and it's got a few other toppings on it. But we try, I don't know, I've tried to create pizzas that I would eat. Yeah. Rather than catering for the market.
I think we've got similar tastes.
Yeah, and I think that if you like a product, whether it's pizzas or burgers or whatever, and you like it as much as I do, I kind of think that people are going to like what I like, right? And if you give enough choice, there's going to be something on the menu that they like. We do a margarita, we do a marinara, we do a pepperoni and chili, but we also do one called the Weirdo that has 3 different cheeses on it, and and veg and rocket and balsamic and all of that. And then we do our specials once a month, which is, we try and do that where we it's more of like a showcase of what we can do rather than making one that will sell, because we've got the main menu that sells. So the special of the month
this should be interesting.
Should be interesting, and if you don't like it, fine. But look what we can do. You know?
Especially if you've got, I imagine you've got customers that probably come in every week or every other week and stuff like that. So it's nice for them to get behind something new.
We've got some that we call the OG Weirdos crew. So they're people that used to come to our back garden days.
Oh, really?
And they still come in the restaurant.
So they got like a special discount code, OG?
No, we probably should. We probably should create a little OG Weirdos card.
OG Weirdo card,
That'd be a good idea, actually. I might look at that.
But yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like toppings and things like that, and making it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Is a huge like pull for me. One thing I don't know if I want to say this on camera, but I'm gonna. When I taste tested Slow Rise versus yours next to each other, the margarita, one thing I was immediate was their tomato base versus yours.
Okay.
So their tomato base is as traditional Italian as it possibly could be. Right. I would borderline say it was just like a passata.
Okay.
And I'm not a connoisseur of tomato sauce, but it would just tasted like tomato.
Yeah.
And then when I bit into yours, there was so much more that went into that base.
So ours has 3 ingredients. So
is it really?
Yeah, it's just 3 ingredients. So it's got the San Marzano tomatoes, which is one of the ticks that you need for the AVPN, and basil, salt. That's
really?
It. Yeah, that's it.
I just think theirs was just tomato.
Maybe.
But it was nice, and I said to Laura, like, it was so traditional.
Yeah.
It was almost, and then when I got to yours, I was like, oh, it's bloody lovely. Do you know what I mean? Add a little bit more to it. And in my head, I thought there might have been a bit of garlic in there. Maybe
no, it's just so.
That's a Neapolitan tip, isn't it?
It's raw San Marzano tomatoes in a tin, basil, salt, and then blended. So we don't cook it. We don't. So
maybe you just have a bit more interest in tomatoes as well.
Maybe better.
But yeah. Slow Rise is great.
Slow Rise is amazing. Yeah, honestly, really good. We've been there for a staff night out a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah.
So that's good. So we sort of touched on the pizza and the different styles and things like that. In terms of like hospitality itself, obviously you cold started. You've done a little bit, but But how's it?
I've never run one before.
Never managed
no,
a bar.
No, God no. Just barman.
So you learn.
KP barman. That's it. Yeah. I'll do a restaurant. I can do that. I've worked in one.
Learning on the job is,
I've definitely made some mistakes.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, that's probably a good thing to touch on. What's your worst mistake you made?
Opening a second premises too soon.
Oh, did you do that then?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's how badly it went.
Where was it?
It was in Netherland. We took over a pub in Netherland. The White Hart.
Oh, really? Yeah, I know the pub. Yeah.
Brewery owned.
That's the Bateman's, isn't it?
Yeah. And it just didn't take off, and it was sucking up a lot of my time. So I was there more than I needed to be, and it was just sapping money.
It's a real difficult. It's a real difficult jump. That jump, as in city to village.
Yeah.
See, I feel like our jump from village to city would be easy.
Yeah, maybe.
Easier. I don't want to say easy. It's easy. Yeah. But like the other way round seems a lot more difficult.
Yeah, well,
but your footfall and the chimney pots.
We get quite a lot of people in the restaurant from Netherland.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well that's a no-brainer. And when I'm talking a lot, I'm a handful.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well they speak for the whole of the village, which was the silly thing. And I guess we went in thinking that we were close enough to Netherland to be known by Netherland.
Yeah.
That therefore the brand would kind of do a lot of the legwork.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think what people that live in a village want from their village pub is a village pub.
Yeah.
They don't want a pizzeria. And what we'd get is, especially on a Sunday, people coming in for a Sunday roast.
Right.
Just expecting that we do it. And we're like, we're a pizzeria, sorry. So they'd leave and go somewhere else. So I think if...
Sunday's such a massive day for pubs.
Yeah.
Like it's our business. We were
definitely the quietest
way.
pub in the village on a Sunday by a mile.
So would you say that was the sort of... Is that what you took from that then? The fact that it was the pub that...
I think, yeah.
Background.
What we need to do if we were...
it's hard to lease as well, especially off some of these breweries.
Yeah, there was that
high
as well.
rents and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you've got to buy the booze from them and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So there's all of that involved.
How did your prices like vary from DOUGH LOCO on beer versus
because there were only 3 pubs in the village, we couldn't be stand out the most expensive, so we kind of had to match similar to what they were doing, which meant that, and we were buying from a brewery, so the prices were potentially a little bit more than you'd like. So the prices of the beer in the village were a bit too, well, they were cheap. To what I would want.
It's a good drinking crowd in that particular village, I think.
It's a really nice village, but I just think that
which makes it difficult, is what I'm saying. So because if you get people that want 7, 8, 9 pints or whatever on a Friday night, they're the people that don't want to pay the extra 50, 60, 70p or whatever for the pint, and they will just go somewhere over the road for.
But it was fun. Like, we were there for a year, I think.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit less. But it was, I really enjoyed it, and I think the team there enjoyed working there. It just, unfortunately, for a business, it wasn't successful enough for us to keep it on. And I was spending.
You must have learned a lot from that.
Yeah, lots. Mainly to sort of, I think, do a bit more research into the market where you open, instead of just going in with brand hubris, I guess, and sort of going, we're DOUGH LOCO, we can do it. And I think there was part of that, if I'm honest. And I should have gone in with a bit more research. But also, to be part of that village for that short period of time was really nice. I enjoyed it, and like the customers that came enjoyed it, and it was nice to see the regulars coming in, and we had bar staff that were from the village, and it all felt like a really nice thing.
I would definitely come to a pub for a pizza, have a few beers and a pizza. I think that, I mean, for me, that seems like a really good idea, and it's something that we're potentially looking at with our next site.
Well, one of the things that we discussed before we opened was to do our DOUGH LOCO menu, but also a select, slightly smaller British pub menu, and I think that would have helped. Because if you didn't want the pizza, you could still come to us and get your Sunday roast or your burger or your steak or whatever. But I ultimately decided that I didn't want to do that. And I think potentially that would have helped us had we done that.
I think it's also, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your comfort zone, I think. The pizza is it like the back of your hand, so you're bloody good at it. Like, if that's what you're doing, if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. But at the same time, you're completely right. I mean, something about the Leagate, for example, is we feel like we need every string to our bow.
Okay,
we need to do fresh fish, we need steaks, we need burgers, we can't do pizzas, but we need to do stuff in the summer where we do pizzas, we need all the different beers on, we need nice wines, we need cocktails, all of the different aspects to just this place mean that it can be what it is. Whereas actually, I think if we maybe it's the size of it, I don't know, but if you drew back and just did one product extremely well, I think with where it is, it probably wouldn't work.
I think
it's what people know.
I think it's where it is and also what it is, right? It's a beautiful
traditional
pub. You know what I mean? So people are expecting pub.
But I think it's a good. I definitely think it's a good sort of a good lesson. Although it sounds like it probably cost you a little bit, but
the end of it wasn't
getting out of
fun,
the contract. Was it hard work?
It was a bit of a as you'd expect with that kind of thing. It was they were pretty nice to us in the end. They did support us out of that transaction. But the end bit was a bit stressful. But what it meant then is that we could refocus back on the restaurant. And what I've noticed since the one in Netherlands closed down, that the one in Lincoln has really started to flourish, because
you're in it more,
I'm not focusing on I need to open number 2, which is kind of what I wanted to do from the get-go, was to open one, open another. So my goal has always been to open as many as I can, right? But then with the failure of the second one, my focus shifted straight away to actually, let's just make this one the best it can be. And what I've noticed, me putting more of the effort into that restaurant now, that restaurant's doing the best it's ever done. Because I'm not focusing on what could we do over there, right?
And that's, like, again, to reflect it onto us, like, that's a big worry for us. I mean, does your partner work in it, or?
Yes and no. So she has a job as a teacher. She works in Peterborough. She has to do that drive every day from Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
But she does a lot of the admin. So she does some of the accounting and the bookkeeping work, that kind of thing. But she doesn't work in the restaurant, but she does. She does all the bits that I'm terrible at, and she does it very, very well.
It sounds like me and Laura. But I mean, as we're looking at our next site now, we're sort of sat there thinking, we really need to make sure that the ball doesn't drop here, and the focus needs to very much be on both sites all the time. So
absolutely,
we'll revisit this conversation in a year and see where I'm at. But we've tried our best to put it in a position where, well, first we're buying it. We're very fortunate to be able to buy it.
Okay.
So we've got good prices on beer and stuff like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're doing everything we can. We set up the YouTube channel and that sort of allowing people to get behind us and stuff like that. Amazing. But I think expansion's scary. I think as well. I didn't know. Right? I think I did know about Netlham.
Okay.
But I hadn't thought about it. And now you've said that. That's putting a little bit in the back of my head, going, "Oh God, we just."
Yeah, but don't take my experience as your experience. We tried to do I think if we'd moved to number 2 at the same time, but had chosen a venue in another city, and it was a restaurant, I think it probably would have worked.
Yeah.
I think the fact it was so close to each other, and it was a pub,
right.
I think was probably.
I think even a big town.
Yeah. I mean, Newark, for example.
Newark,
maybe.
I mean, you're probably not even on your radar, and I wouldn't expect you to put it on the radar after this. But like Boston does not have a good pizza place. Okay. They've got a few places with no end, and like Lincoln, you've got quite a few. It's quite crowded.
I know Boston a little bit. I used to.
60-something thousand there, so it's only 40% less than Lincoln, I think, isn't it?
Right, okay.
And it's a different trade, don't get me wrong, but there's not a pizza place in Boston.
DOUGH LOCO Boston.
It could work.
Come in.
It would mean you're only 11 miles rather than 22.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But so I think the hardest thing you've been through is obviously expansion. Is how we got onto that. Would you do it again? Knowing a little bit more now?
Yeah, I probably would.
Is that something?
I'm not yet. I'm not looking to number 2 at the moment. I think we're on a nice trajectory at the restaurant currently. We're doing a refurb soon.
Amazing! What's that? What's the plan there then?
It's just completely different.
Just do it. Oh, it's just different style.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say too much.
Yeah. We've had a few people on board, sort of helping with us.
When are you doing that then?
So we've just had the quotes in.
Okay,
so
cool.
I will be contacting them soon to say yes, please.
So it'll be a closure. Do you envisage how long?
Yeah. So at least a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
I know that it's not all right.
I mean, it's not
Seems
all
right. A day's bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, it adds that onto the price, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We're just, we're 4 years in. Like I touched on earlier, the aim when we opened was to be sort of a bit of a grungy bar kitchen, and that's kind of the clientele we had at the start. We had a lot of hen parties and stag do's, and it was a bit raucous and it was loud and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a father of 2 now. I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old who's nearly 3. So my priorities have changed. And we've become kind of naturally quite a family-focused restaurant. So we do the Kids Eat Free deal and all that, and we get lots of kids in and families and all of that. I love seeing that. So the decor doesn't match that anymore.
We've got time.
Yeah. We're 4 years in. We probably should have done it last year, right? So
and I think you obviously said that when you tried to get it open, you was like, just trying to add up it all and keep it as cheap as possible to make sure it's a success. So I think that's probably great. What it shows is people have come in, they've trusted you, whatever, and now it's time to invest.
To match that, The clientele's changed, so I think we need to adapt the service and everything is. The pizza will be the same. The environment, I think, just needs to level up a little bit.
One thing I've noticed here, again, just relating it to us, is like when we've done things, this was unfortunately when we got flooded, but we got flooded, we had to redo all the floor, we put a new bar in, we painted, new carpets, new furniture, and business went like that. And then we built the patio, and that sort of went like that. And then we did the hotel, and every time we've invested into
people like nice things.
And everyone wants to come and see it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gives them an opportunity to come back again, maybe.
Yeah.
I've not been there for a while. Actually, I'll go. And then you do it really nice, and they might meet you, or they might meet 100%. A member of staff who's great, and then all of a sudden you build another trade almost.
Yeah, 100%. I think changing things or growing it outside and investing it almost. It certainly breathes new life into the business, but if you're doing quite a drastic thing, it's almost like a brand new business, right? It's the same staff and the same menu and the same vibe. Well, maybe the vibe is slightly different, but it becomes exciting again for you as a business owner, but also
100%.
for the customers, because they're like, oh wow, what's this?
Oh, definitely. I think that'd be mega. So sorry, did you say you have a time scale of when that might be? Or is that a secret?
No, it's not a secret. It's kind of unknown at the moment.
Just as and when,
as soon as we can, basically.
Yeah.
Like definitely.
As you don't want to do it before summer.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at hopefully next month.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to. We'll definitely.
We've got to time everything, because this is why it's kind of slowing up a little bit, because I've got to organise, and I'm not very good at organising things. The builder needs to come in at the same time as the decorator, is the same time as the new furniture, is the same time of all of this, because we don't want to do one thing and then the next thing and the next thing. I kind of want to close the curtains and big reveal all at once.
As quickly as possible,
Yes.
And obviously if things get delayed and stuff like that. And
So I just need to organise that.
Yeah, well,
when I do that, then it'll start.
I feel like we're going through similar things because of the new site, but yeah, I think that's going to be stressful.
Yeah.
See, I'm like, we'll do more now whilst we're closed, so hopefully we don't have to close in a few more years to do it. But obviously we've got that luxury, so yeah. Sounds exciting, mate. So yeah, that's cool. So so not much in terms of new menu when you do that sort of thing?
So yeah, we're going to be dropping a new menu as well, yeah. So me and Vlad, my head chef, we've been working on that for a while. Some of it is kind of, we're bringing some of the specials that we've done over the years onto the menu. We're getting rid of some dead weight that isn't really pulling its weight, and we're paying for the stock, but it's not
quite
selling.
it's a good sized menu as it is, isn't it? So yeah.
I mean, the good thing about pizza is you can have a really big menu, but ultimately it's one product, right? You just got your toppings here.
I love that. Yeah. That's what, and that's why we want to do it, because it's not the biggest kitchen, but yeah, you can sort of see quickly how you can get run away with stock and things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you've got to be clever with
restaurant.
What you don't want is one pizza that has one ingredient on it that no other pizzas have on it that doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Because you just buy that ingredient, right?
And it's just
sitting there.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like you've got a big year ahead. Then that's pretty good. In terms of we've sort of touched on the expansion side of things. We always like to talk about the challenges of the hospitality industry, but you don't have to go into too many details. But like, what's been the biggest learning curve apart from the expansion? Because I think that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest learning curve about? It could be about running your own business or running a restaurant or managing the team.
Yeah, I mean, not that it's a learning curve as in that I didn't know it, but I think learning how to look after your team.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew that your staff are the most important thing in your business and you need to look after them, but it's kind of knowing how to do that well.
How many members of staff have you got now?
11, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a huge amount. We've got some full-time, some part-time, some new. It's quite transient though, isn't it? So you get people to come and go and all that kind of stuff. But we've had some really great members of staff over the years. We've had some not so great members of staff. And knowing how to deal with those people
in
correctly,
different ways.
Yeah, and if you're unfortunate enough to have some members of staff that are causing issues, to be able to deal with that correctly and swiftly. Basically.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, there's things I can't say on camera, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah.
But there's been some incidents, should we say. But yeah, I think definitely, like, I'd probably say the hardest thing is people, isn't it, in the industry? And I think probably even harder than staff is customers a lot of the time. I don't know about yourselves in terms of like complaints and things like that, but
yeah, well, we get some. Fortunately, we don't get a huge amount because the staff are great and the pizzas are great and the kitchen team are great. But yeah, you do get the odd customer who doesn't, I think, understand what it is you're doing.
I think I always said that. Yeah, like education. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think some people like what they like and they come to us and it's not what they like.
Yeah.
So they don't like it.
Have you got any funny complaints that you've had?
We got a complaint. It might still be on TripAdvisor, I'm not sure. We've got a few 1 stars on TripAdvisor, unfortunately, but vast majority of 5.
Yeah.
That maybe it's Google. Anyway, they gave us a 1-star review, and it said something like, "Call themselves an Italian restaurant. They don't even sell spaghetti." And I was like, we don't call ourselves an Italian restaurant. We literally call ourselves a pizzeria.
Yeah.
Like, of course we don't sell spaghetti. 1 star. Thanks. Okay.
Oh, God. someone will have said to them that, there's a really nice Italian next to the castle.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've just probably said
And
it
they've
wrong.
gone.
And now that's landed
Not
on
looked at the
your...
menu, tried to order a carbonara.
Now that's landed on your Google page forever.
Yeah.
I always think and again, like to a customer, this might sound a little bit, I don't know the right word, antagonistic maybe, but like I always think, really funny ones or really, really unfair ones, should I say? No reviews funny. I always feel like printing them, putting them in a frame, and like putting them in the gents' toilet.
You should, right? There's a place in Altrincham. It's called the Altrincham Market. There's a few. It's like a group of people that have turned an old market into a really nice kind of independent trading place. You've got one in Manchester as well. And as you walk in, they've got all their 1-star reviews framed, and it's great because you go in there like as a patron of that place, knowing it's a good place.
Yeah.
You don't read them and go, "Oh, this place is rubbish," and turn around. You go, actually, this is a really good thing to do. So I've been tempted to do it as well, but we don't have enough,
I worry that if you did that, someone would write it to get it on the wall. Do you know what I mean? Someone might come in and go, we'll write a review because it'll go on the toilet wall.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, right.
So it might actually entice.
Yeah.
Someone told me years ago, never respond to a TripAdvisor review.
Right, I try not to, but I do.
Because what a lot of people will do is they'll go, I'm going to write a review on this restaurant, and they'll go on and they'll go, does he respond or does she respond or whatever? Do they respond? Oh no, they don't respond, and then they won't.
And they won't do it.
Because they actually sometimes, especially if it's an owner and you're not necessarily on the shift or you're not in the building at the time, if they see the owner responds, they'll deliberately write the review. Obviously, you'll know, you might do, I don't know how many pizzas you do a week, but like we sometimes can hit like 1,000 meals a week.
Yeah.
If we're doing like 1,000 meals a week and we get 1 or 2 bad ones, I sort of see it as a bit of a, that's not too bad. As a percentage, that's all right. Sure. So unfortunately, the 1,000 meals, probably maybe one person leaves a good review. The 2 bad ones, both of them leave a review.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Yeah.
So, so it always looks.
Speaking to the team and stuff, we want to get TripAdvisor reviews and Google reviews and all of that because it helps. But generally, if people have a good experience, they won't leave a review.
No.
They tend to only leave a review if they've had a bad one.
Yeah.
So don't try and give them that experience. But,
yeah. I mean, that's always the focus, isn't it? But sometimes things do happen, and it's the layer.
I do respond to some of them. If I get a 1-star review that's, I think, unfair or untrue, I do tend to have a go back.
Yeah.
And it's, I think you should as well. I think, especially if you're a small independent business or whatever, and that thing stays there permanently, they have a right to complain for sure, but then you have a right to defend yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't just go, well, I'm just going to leave that there.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll just sit there and I think, do you know what? I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to defend myself, or there's lies and things like that, and I just think I can't be bothered with this.
Probably
but I think the more,
approach.
If I'm honest, I used to worry about it. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd go on my TripAdvisor, I'd refresh it. I can't remember the last time. I don't even think I've got the app on my phone anymore. Okay. And I'm much happier for it.
Yeah,
whereas Laura's, like, sometimes I'll be driving and Laura will go, I'm like, what? She's like, we've got a review. And then, like, instantly this
the
comes over you. Yeah. So, all right, brilliant. So we've done a little bit on the expansion and things like that. I mean, we'll maybe go a bit more into, like, a few little quick fire personal stuff and things like that. So, did you say you got children?
Yeah, 2.
Two girls?
No, boy and a girl.
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 girls. They're lovely, my girls, by the way.
Ava and Ralph.
So taking pizza off the table.
Okay.
You're sat around the family table.
What am I having for dinner?
What are you having for dinner?
At the moment, just a chicken wrap.
Oh, is it?
Only because I'm trying to be
You're
good.
on a diet health kick.
Hardcore, yeah. But no, I love a good curry.
Yeah.
Absolutely love a good curry. Kebab.
I'm definitely a curry man.
Well, I'll have a doner kebab sober as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm one of those people.
Laura's. I ordered one like not too long ago, and I said, I just fancy a kebab. It's probably maybe once a year.
Oh, really?
And Laura couldn't even be in the same room as me, and it sort of put me off a little bit. So I've not had one for ages. I don't know if she's. I don't know if it's the smell of Donna or.
I mean, yeah, it's not a great. It doesn't smell like meat, does it?
So your family.
It smells like Donna
Your
kebab.
family meals, though. So what do you?
Yeah.
Do you just do traditional style cooking?
I kind of do everything. You know, do a bit of pasta, do a cottage pie, do a sausage and mash.
Nice.
You know, whatever. Yeah.
And if you obviously you weren't a restaurateur when this all started, but if you weren't in the game you were in, it was a dream job, you could pick anything in the world, but obviously it can't be hospitality based.
Okay.
What business or
the best job I ever had was a snowboard instructor.
Oh, amazing!
So I do that again. I really enjoyed that. I did it for 1 season in Canada.
It's quite the place to do it as well.
Honestly, the best. It was about 4 months.
So you must be a fairly good snowboarder.
I've not done it for a while. I was 10 years ago. I probably would have said I'm the best snowboarder you've ever met.
That sounds like a snowboarder.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a while, and I'm older now. My joints are a bit.
Do you not take the kids? How old are the kids? Do you not take the kids?
Not quite old enough. Yeah. So to learn snowboarding, you need to be 3, I think, or 4.
Okay.
Ava's just 5.
Okay.
Ralph is nearly 3.
We're taking.
And it's an expensive trip, right? You want them to get the most. I'm not spending all that money on a ski trip for them to throw snowballs.
Well, we have our ethos is we want to go skiing.
Yeah.
Me and Laura both ski, and we thought, well, we're going skiing, so they might as well come with us. And then we sort of hijacked the nanny, or one of the nannies to come with us, or both of them are coming with us this time. But so they look after the kids, and we can have a ski trip.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but Tallulah's 25, 26 months, so just over 2.
Okay, yeah.
And she's having a ski lesson.
Yeah, skiing you can start earlier. I'm not sure
really?
why. Yeah, skiing's 2, snowboarding's 4.
It must be something to do with the balance.
Unless that's just in France, which is where we go. But yeah, I'm not sure. But
amazing.
It's weird.
So yeah, quite an avid snowboarder.
My kids aren't going to ski, I'll tell you that much.
No, well, yeah. My kids won't snowboard. I'm going with my brother-in-law. He's a snowboarder, and we're going to swap. So I'll let you know how that goes.
To be fair, the first time I went on a ski trip, I had 3 days. I must have been 11 or something. 3 days skiing and 3 days boarding lessons, and the skiing was first. And I just couldn't do it.
Really?
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Down the mountain like that.
Yeah, but you must have looked like that when you first started snowboarding.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
But you was
didn't
younger
get on with
then,
it,
yeah.
So snowboarding became the thing.
What's your tipple of choice if you're not on the zero?
Just like a good lager.
A beer after work sort of thing.
Yeah, good lager. I had a period of time where I was into my sort of pump beers, but that was did that for about 2 years. Really enjoyed it, got really into it, and then fell out with it and just went back to lager.
Yeah. I've sort of done everything and gone backwards and then gone around again, and it does depend on the day, I think.
Lager's just easy. You can have it whenever.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like on holiday on a beach, you cannot beat a lager. The idea of having a hand pull ale in Spain on the beach, backwards
doesn't work, does it?
with your fresh fish. Definitely. I think every drink has its place. When the fires are lit now, in the evening, I do often fancy an ale or a Guinness or something.
It's like a wintry thing for me. It feels more like you say, by the fire, a bit of rain outside, nice pint of ale. But other than that,
sweet. So, and then just before we sort of close up, I remember there was this. You'll be able to wax lyrical about this, I'm sure. You've set up a charity, is it? Or
it's not a charity. No, it's a page. We're actually thinking of bringing it back in house. Actually, so we set up a separate Instagram page called the Dough Good Project.
Oh yeah.
And what we are about as a business. So we obviously started as a charity, and we do quite a lot of. I say quite a lot. We do some charity work, and we raise money. We donate, percentages and all that, and we give pizzas to people, and all those kind of things. But I thought that it would be nice to create a separate page that was just dedicated to that.
Yeah.
Where we could do more things in the community. So the loco for Dough Loco stands for local community.
Oh.
And we want to do more of that.
I thought it just meant crazy dough.
I mean, it's that as well. I suppose it's both, kind of a nod to Weirdo's Pizza and Loco and local community, because that's how we started, was as a charitable venture. And we kind of wanted to do more, not necessarily publicly, but with the public.
Yeah.
Because I think if you can get more people on board to help you with those things, it's beneficial to the charity. So the most recent thing we did is we did a charity fundraiser, and we've we will be donating money to the Lincolnshire Air Ambulance.
Oh, amazing.
So we went to their hangar the other week. I've got some photos. I've not done a post on it yet. Met with some of the pilots, saw the massive yellow helicopter, and it was a really nice day out. So
Waddington? Or
yes, yeah.
There's two, isn't there?
Waddington, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully spoke to their sort of main charity guy there, and hopefully doing a bit more with
raise
them.
some money. I think it's good. I mean, I feel bad for saying it really, but we've just not done too much in that regard. But definitely, as we get the second site, we want to do a little bit more, especially because that one's a bit more in the village as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a church opposite and things like that. So we want to be a bit more involved in the community than I feel like this one's been. We're like the outsiders here.
Okay.
Anyway, I won't go into details of that, but yeah.
Okay.
No, I think that's really good, mate.
Yeah,
I think you've got a platform, you've got a great following. You know, obviously you've got a great business, and I think using that to like help as much as you can is only positive.
I think because we started that way, it feels like not even a natural progression. It just feels like something we should do. Because without that, we wouldn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Without that sort of community spirit at the start, DOUGH LOCO wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah,
so I think that, not that my hands are tied, I don't want to. Like, of course, I want to do it regardless anyway. But it feels that it's part of the roots of our business. So
100%.
Try and do it as much as we can. Yeah. So we do have a second Instagram page called the Dough Good Project, but I'm terrible with social media, so we're thinking actually we're just going to bring it back into one, so that I'm not having to double post.
Yeah. I mean, we've pretty much just gone into like Laura's full-time marketing now. We've got the Airbnb, and like it's just
you've got a lot of things going on.
It's a lot, I mean, but
your social media is great, by the way. Like, it gets so much traction. Like,
she
really
has
good.
plans. She has plans in place every single day for each different channels and things.
Right, wow.
I would hate to know what her wage would be if like a company was
employed by a marketing company.
I think it'd be, because it's constant. I mean, like she'd be feeding the baby in the evening, and she's on her laptop writing posts up for the next day.
You've got to.
So
you've got to know what you're doing for that. I kind of. That's how I do my social media posts.
But that's also
once a month.
That's all really good, because sometimes when businesses recruit people, it loses its heart.
Yeah.
You must have seen it loads of times. A lot of places have designated social media people, and it just hasn't got. It doesn't feel the same.
I mean, it looks sharper and more,
too good. I think
the videos look great, right?
Yeah.
Some of the videos look fantastic, but I mean, first of all, they're very expensive, and I mean, would I like to have a marketing person? I don't know. Yes,
you need to get the right person. It's really
I'd
important.
like to be able to do it myself better, is what I'd like to do. I think you're right. If you get someone else in, there is potential that you lose the personality of the business. Unless it's someone that is already part of the business.
Like your missus or whatever. Yeah. Interesting thoughts. Right, well, I don't know if there's nothing I missed business-wise, is there anything like that? But yeah, no, it's been really, really nice to meet you and get to know you
too,
and everything.
Man,
So yeah, thank you very much. I've very much enjoyed my
it's been
alcohol-free.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to get some for the fridge at home. Maybe even for the restaurant.
I've actually fancy a little bit of pizza now, I'm not going to lie. After all
we are open.
All that good pizza talk.
Yeah.
Maybe get a clip of the truck outside as well, because that's wicked.
It's a good truck, isn't it?
Yeah. Brilliant. All right, then, mate. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Cheers, guys.